guys, welcome to my channel. I am Renee Lombard and thanks for tuning in. But we are skew nonetheless. Okay, let's get started. We are very skew. Great. There we go. Should I film it over? No. But because of the straight lines, hello phone. Oh, let me think what I want to say. So this week I've decided to do a video about planning. If you are like me, you want to be organized but you don't want it to be too much work, then I think these tips will help you. I asked a few questions on Instagram and just about planning, time management. The majority of people who responded said that they struggled with time management and that they do sometimes want to plan but they don't always know how. Okay, let's get started. Tip number one, I would suggest that you need to look at the time management chart. If you've never heard of the time management chart, it is by a person, I forgot the name, but it is basically 4 blocks and I don't know if you, 4 blocks, and you have to identify the tasks that you need to do into 4 categories. Okay, so they are either urgent or non-urgent, and they are either important or not important. A task might be urgent, but it might not be that important. So let's say for me, that was I had to plan some snacks. So it was urgent, but it was not important. And then something that was maybe not urgent, but it was important was that I had to buy something for my house. So it's not that urgent, but it is important for me to buy it sometime. So I would say when you think of the task that you need to do, draw this block for yourself. If you maybe want to print it out, there are so many templates on the internet, and then you categorize them for yourself. I don't do this every time that I plan, but I know that it helps for me to keep this in mind when I quickly want to organize what I need to do for the week. Use the time management blocks. My tip number 2 is to have a journal, a physical book journal. I use this journal at the moment. I use it for my quiet time and normal journaling, as well as some to-do lists. I used to have a separate daily planner and then a separate journal for myself, but I just decided to combine the two because it got like too many books for me to take everywhere. So this is now my combined journal. I'm really liking it. It's working out for me. I write a lot of stuff in it. I actually wrote down what I wanted to do in the video. I know for some people Google Calendar is a really good option. I added myself as a contact on WhatsApp and I would WhatsApp it to myself. So that's really convenient because as I'm on my phone, I'm answering WhatsApps, I'm looking at my emails or notifications, and I go into WhatsApp, then I immediately see, oh, I must remember to do that or this. So that really works for me, is having a physical journal, keeping it fun, having different colors, and just having something physical that you can carry around. If my phone crashes or Google Calendar decides to not work anymore, not that it will, then I have the physical journal that I can refer back to. My tip number 3 would be to have routines. I've been looking at some YouTube videos for morning routines, night routines, because I was unhappy with the way I went to bed. The last thing I did was check my phone, and then if I just went like into Instagram, then like I would start scrolling, but it felt as if I could have done this any other time during the day. So I adopted a really fun night routine as well as a morning routine to start my day and also end my day. I've also found that with a routine, you know what is lying ahead. So I like that it is that routine gives me structure as well as it doesn't waste time for me to decide when am I doing this, when is this happening, when am I going to bed, what am I doing when I'm going to bed, and that it doesn't change every time. My 4th and final tip would be as a person to be adjustable when things don't go according to plan. Although I love routine and I like planning and I like the blocks that tell me how urgent or how non-urgent things are, I also need to be adaptable when things are not going according to my routine and unexpected things happen. I always think that you can improve, and one of those improvements that I believe we all have to make is to be able to be adaptable. It doesn't help we have this structured plan and our time doesn't align with it. We are just unproductive the whole day, or sad or upset or whatever. I know with me, when things don't go according to plan, I do get upset, and then I just decide, when am I going to do it some other time? So yeah, that is my 4 tips for living a more organized life. If you guys like the video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate if you do. And thanks for watching. Have a good week. Bye! I know you're gonna dig this.